The ideas and opinions expressed in the Black Shirt podcast are not necessarily the ideas and opinions of our sponsors.
Hey, we're back!
That's right.
For another episode of the Black Shirt podcast, starring your hosts, Clint Baker and Dirk Gage.
That's me.
You wanted the best?
Hey.
You got the best. How you been, man? Look, we've had a crazy time. I've been promising you guys I was going to get Dirk on here.
I'm back.
Yes. Well, here's what's happened since you've been gone, man. But before we get into that, you gotta
Like it.
share
it,
subscribe. That's right. Send this to your friends. Let them know.
That we're doing this.
Yes, that we're doing this. I need you to like and subscribe if you have not yet. So
You need a couple more white guys in their 30s doing a podcast on your way to work.
that's right.
We got you covered.
We got you. So check it out, dude. Since
Snow
you
Apocalypse, that was
well,
wild.
before that, I popped up on Popcorn Planet.
I watched that.
Yeah,
I was
look,
really jealous.
with Andy Signor there.
What
and
up, Andy?
Yeah, what's up? And that was really cool. And from that, we got a bunch of you subscribers, and we appreciate you sticking with us. And I've been coming in, and I've been saying, hey, I've got to have Dirk on here. And then something had happened, and Dirk not show up. And we had Snowpocalypse.
It was like 4 things in a row. So I got a new job, and my job's just been like, they like keep pushing the opening date. We're open now, but it was just one of those things where we're like doing construction, building the store, and it was like, hey, we're gonna work 13-hour days today.
I'm like, oh,
Hope you don't mind. And then I had to move, and then the Snowpocalypse happened.
It's been crazy, but we finally got him here. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of fun stuff. I mean, man, we've got Spider-Man
New
news,
Spider-Man title.
Marvel news, DC's news. We have all the news,
All
so we're
kinds
gonna
of
talk
news.
about it all. Starting off, we were talking about, speaking of movies. Remember Moviepass?
Man, yeah. I'm so glad you. Way.
Hey, it's
Look
like
at us.
it's like we're at the movies.
Yeah, remember when you could go to the movies? That was tight. Yeah, so they're making a documentary about Moviepass, which was a short-lived experiment in the theater world where I guess this is Mark Wahlberg that's making this. But
Yes.
I was me and my buddy Chris were actually like 2 of the first dudes to have Moviepass. We were in like the beta. And because they did like a limited release where they were like, we're gonna let 10,000 people have Moviepass, and we signed up for it and we fucking got it. And for like a good 8 months, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It never made sense how they were making fucking money. I
Yeah,
already said fuck. Sorry.
that's all right.
I'm supposed to be trying to swear less so
Yeah.
that the
Less-
internet will let people watch our videos, but it's very hard for me. So what you do is you get a debit. They sent you a debit card that said Moviepass, and you would like scan the receipt for your movie, and they would just like pay for it. So like you had the card, it was empty, and when you scanned the receipt, it would automatically load the cost of a movie ticket onto the card so that you could use it at the movie.
That's cool.
It is cool, and there were lots of weird little hacks to it too, because like you could get like use it to get concessions, because like it would put $18 on a card, right? So that
Right.
you could get a movie ticket. But if you went to a matinee, you could get a movie ticket for like $6, and then you had $12 still on the card, and you could use it to get concessions. It was so bizarre, and it was unlimited. When we first started, it was unlimited, and so there was like a 6-month period where I was going to the movies like 3 fucking times a week, just seeing like whatever. Like,
Awesome.
They'd be like Legally Blonde 8, and I would be like, okay, why not? Yeah, it's free.
It's free. Let's
When
do it.
The only movie. What was the movie that I almost? Dude, we went and saw. I remember Hereditary. You remember that?
No, who was in that?
No one of note. It is a horror movie. I use quotes.
Boom, boom, boom.
It was meant to be scary, and it was so bad. Like I hated it, and I couldn't walk out because my friends were there, and I hadn't paid for it. I had used Moviepass, and so like morally, I had to sit through this shit movie. But man, it was so cool, and it wound up like there was all kinds of crazy crap happened. First, it was you could see as many movies as you want. Then it was you could see 5 movies. Then it was you could see like 3, and then I don't know. It just became a shit show.
I've heard there's a beta test in Austin for Alamo Drafthouse. Like if you're in
Like
the
a
Austin area,
subscription
that
service.
there's where you pay so much a month. I think it's like $20 a month or $25 a month or
I'm
something.
sure that they'll
And-
just copy Moviepass and use it like as an in-house.
Yeah, it's pretty much something like that, and which is awesome. AMC
rewards.
has one too.
AMC has one too, and my friend Chris has that. He got that to replace his Moviepass. But man, for like 6 months, it was the Wild West. You could just go see movies whenever you wanted, and I got to see like a couple of like big ticket movies. Like I don't remember, maybe it was Age of Ultron. That was like around that time.
Yeah,
it was like one of the big movies, and
That's
I was
awesome.
like, dude, I didn't pay for this. Like I'm here opening night at midnight. And it didn't cost me a dime. It was so cool. But it was like once you went beneath the like birthday cake veneer of the good stuff about it, you're like, wait a second, they got to be like laundering money or something.
It's a drug front or something.
Yeah, it has to be because you're like,
something's weird.
There's no fucking way you can make any money. What deal could you have with the movie studios where you could I can go see 1 month I went and saw like 28 movies for fucking $12 a month.
Yeah, that's far out, dude.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't care. It was literally it was one of the coolest things I had ever seen, and I used it all the time. And I guess if they could have just figured out how to really make money instead of laundering Chinese newspapers or whatever they were doing, it would have stuck around. But yeah, it went under, and yeah, man. R.I.P. to the GOAT, because that was so cool. You know how cool it is just to be able to say, like, I'm going to go to a movie right now.
I mean, I go to the movies all the time. How did I miss that?
Dude, well, I don't know, man, because it was awesome.
Well, let's jump into some of the content that we got as far as new shows coming, because now instead of going to the movies, we have to sit at home. And there's a lot of new stuff. First was Invincible, which I don't know anything about Invincible. You want to tell me about that?
I could tell you a thing or two.
Give me a thing or two.
So Invincible is a comic. It was written in Salt Lake City. Actually, I used to live in Salt Lake, and the Salt Lake Public Library is like one of the coolest libraries you ever saw. And they have a 24-hour like comic writing marathon thing. It's like for charity or something. I don't know, but I think this is Robert Kirkman. He wrote Invincible at that thing where it's like kind of like Extra Life, where you like play video games for 24 hours for charity.
Yeah,
and you play like all the way through. Do the same thing, but it's you draw and write a comic for 24 hours straight. And his was so good that they picked it up and made it a real comic.
Cool.
And it's really good. It's really gritty. The cast for this is insane. It's got John Hamm, Seth Rogen, Clancy Brown. It's got J.K. Simmons is his dad, and just like everyone and their mom is in the show. I've read all the comics and they're really good, but I can't remember anything other than spoilery stuff that like as far as like things that stick out in my mind. I'm just like, oh, I could tell you about that, but
yeah,
it'll ruin the book. But Invincible's really good, and if you ever get the chance, you should definitely read it. I'm pumped to see the show. The first 3 episodes are coming out on Amazon, I believe April 26th.
Cool.
Might be a lie, might be the truth. Who knows? But yeah, Invincible's super, super good comic. Real dark, like not quite kick-ass dark, but still like pretty fucking dark.
Yeah. And
lots of blood, obviously, you can see. So it doesn't pull any punches, and it's got a really good story. So pretty stoked for that show.
Cool. Well, speaking of bloody, I don't. This isn't even a good segue.
People speak of blood.
Let's talk about Scooby-Doo.
Oh, which one? The Axl Rose one?
Yeah, I
feel like there's a blood. Something
bloody. I don't know.
Slash
blood. I'm just like,
I can't believe this is real.
I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you
and your motherfucking talking down
kids.
And then he does like a whistle solo.
And then Slash shows up playing a guitar in the desert.
Yeah, it's like riding on a moped or something. Yeah, Scooby-Doo. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy. They used to have like the Harlem Globetrotters. And, like, Batman. Batman was on there all the time,
which is awesome.
But yeah, Axl Rose is
it's just weird to have him now. That's what I'm curious about, you know? Like next week he's going to do Sesame Street. No, not really, but you know what I mean? It's just weird.
What mystery could Axl Rose help you solve? Like, what would you be like? Is he going to solve the riddle of the mummy's tomb? Like, it's fucking Axl Rose. Like,
the mystery of
getting fat, putting out a bad record.
Hey, that's not nice.
Yeah, that was not a jab at you or at me. that was the jab at him. But I saw Guns N' Roses at Coachella, and it was rad.
Was he in Dave Grohl's throne? At
Yeah,
that one?
he had a throne.
It's the mystery of Dave Grohl's throne.
He had a full costume change in it too. Like they did like dim the lights and then like came back up, and he was wearing a different outfit. And I was like, how that? And it was like robotized, where he was zipping around.
He broke his leg like a week before Coachella.
Yeah.
And Dave Grohl had a similar situation.
And like loaned him the throne.
It loaned him his throne that he had made.
I remember Dave having the throne and like having the broken foot, but it's still pretty damn good. Like
that's awesome.
I was pretty excited with, I mean like it was Guns N' Roses.
Hey, we got 2 viewers out there.
Hey, what's
2.
up?
I think one of them is me. So the other viewer out there, please throw us a comment, or if you want to say hello or talk or whatever, hit us up, man.
What's going on, man?
Glad to have you. I know this is a late night one that we're doing tonight, so we're glad you're watching.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, let's get into some
YouTube commenters.
Spider news.
Spider news. Hey, we still have that banner. All right.
Look, I made this thing, but it's supposed to fit.
The Bruce banner. No.
Oh, that's not the Bruce banner.
You can have that for free.
We'll just put that in the middle. Yeah, right there. Oh, the Spider news. Well, apparently, Spider-Man No Way Home. That's it. That's what they're calling it.
It's gotta be. I don't know. It's there were a bunch of jokes on the internet about. It's actually called like, what was it?
I was saying, dude, if it's going to be Spider-Man in L.A., in East L.A., no way, Holmes.
Yeah, you're allowed to make that joke.
Yeah, I'm half. I'm
not allowed.
I'm half Mexican. It's cool.
Right. I'm
no way,
not
Holmes.
allowed. That banner's just like totally blocking our heads. Can't see nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's get out of that screen.
No Way Home.
It's like what do you? That's like the what did the Cholo say when the house fell on him?
No Way Home.
Get off me, Holmes.
Dang.
That's the joke.
I feel like
It's
definitely one I can't make.
Yeah,
that was a perfectly placed clown horn honk.
Yeah, so that's exciting, and that's going to be crazy, dude. There's so much multiverse weird stuff happening right now.
I wish that they would just have given like one sklern's worth of more than just the name, though, because they did that whole vignette. They did the video of the guy, like the main characters, all talking.
Yeah,
make a good joke about how Tom Holland ruins stuff because he does.
Well, they started talking about
such a spoiler, which is a Spider-Man joke. Pretty good.
What did you say?
Oh, wait, no, that's Batman. I fucked up. Sorry. Prowler is Spider-Man. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying I think the last Spider-Man takes place after WandaVision. So like they're out of order right now. And they talk about the multiverse in the last one.
The title kind of leads me to believe that it's going to take place while Ant-Man was in the particle realm or particle dimension or whatever. What did they call that? When he was glorming through time.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like
it could all be happening at once too.
Krang the Conqueror, Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be in the next Ant-Man.
Yeah, and that's Iron Man. That's what's crazy is that Tony Stark is Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah,
and so there's it would be fucking rad if
if Robert Downey Jr. came back.
Yeah, like, I died, and then I like went back in time to stop myself from dying, and then I became a supervillain. And Kang's strong too.
Yeah,
Kang is not a joke. He's like one of those like
he's a Nexus level being,
like a Galactus level strength.
Yeah, they do a
threat.
They do a little tipping of the hat to that. I don't know, Easter egg. I don't know what you would call it in the latest WandaVision, and they have a depression medication commercial thrown in there. Like, if you're feeling blah blah blah, maybe you should take Nexus. Blah blah blah, and basically saying that Wanda kind of like is the next level.
Well.
But, yeah, and so but so she's supposed to be involved. I've heard there's rumors that spoiler alert. There's rumors that Doctor Strange is supposed to show up
in the show.
In the show,
doubt
with his
that.
buddy.
With Wong.
Yeah, and that they're supposed to show up, and then and there's going to be some throwdown at the end. And then you got there's
I'll be really upset if that's what happens because I deleted my Disney Plus.
yeah, and
so I would really like to see that.
And the other thing is
seems like such a bold crossover.
It's super, but like here's the deal: they're going multiverse with all this stuff, and he's supposed to be in the Sony Spider-Verse. And then you have Quicksilver that we still don't know if that's actually Quicksilver from the Fox universe in there.
See, and I got to that Halloween episode of WandaVision, and it's pretty good, but it something deep inside me just says like this just feels like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I don't. It makes me like not like it.
It's just snowballing into a bit better and better and better, and everyone like it reveals more and reveals more. It's like it's gotten really good, and the last one was just badass.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I liked the Quicksilver. The Halloween episode was really good. Quicksilver adds like a lot to the show, but it's just one of those things where it like. Forgive me for like wanting instant gratification, but god damn it,
get to it.
Can something fucking happen already? Like
that's what
I can just watch Malcolm in the Middle. Like, I can watch all these sitcoms.
Dude, the first ones, it was a bunch of Easter eggs, but now it's finally coming. It's finally like, coming to blows.
It's like YouTube channel the show, where it's like, here's some Easter eggs that you didn't know about. It's like, okay, great. Can you zap somebody or something? I'm trying to see somebody get their fucking face lasered off. Anyway, I'm gonna try and say fuck less. My bad.
It's coming together, man.
Maybe
I'm telling you.
Like every time I'm gonna cuss, that way you can cut it.
I can go in and cut it. Yeah. I'm not messing with that anymore. I used to try and do that. If it's real bad, if I'm doing a small thing, maybe I'll go back and do that.
The uneditable.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kang is supposed to be in Ant-Man. I said, and so
that's bad because like the ramifications of Kang showing up means all kinds of stuff.
And Wanda is supposed to be in the new Doctor Strange, the next multiple infant. What is it?
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that she's supposed to be in.
Kids fight Kang later in life. That's their like main bad guy, and then, if I remember correctly, they fight him, and then they meet like another version of him that isn't the bad guy version.
Yeah,
and he joins the Young Avengers. And so it's like Tony from the future past who helps them fight himself.
Oh, that's weird.
From the future. Yeah. Comic books, man. They're bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
Well, it's getting crazy now. And now it's like where they're starting to reveal. And there's another rumor. There's a bunch of people. And this is just I don't think this is going to happen. But there's people that are like, what if Al Pacino shows up to be Mephisto?
Who the fuck said that?
Well, there's some people saying that because the thing that's causing the rumors is.
Okay, what if.
No, the reason.
I can say a million things.
The reason is.
Pacino.
I'm on the spot, so I'm having what's the
Devil's Advocate?
No, what's the
give me something. Context.
Come on, context. What's Vision's Paul Bettany?
Oh yeah.
Paul Bettany in an interview said he's really stoked that he got to work with this actor that it's a big reveal on the and Paul Bettany's worked with a bunch of great actors, and they're like, who is to the level that it's like, is it Cumberbatch? Like he showed up and he's like, it's just kind of like, I don't know. They're like the same level. And also I think somebody said, no, I think he's already worked with him before. So they're like, I don't think it's him. Then they're like, is it maybe, Professor Xavier's going to show up, and he's
already
like
said that he's not going to do.
Yeah, and then Ian McKellen, they thought that, and then like,
I'm not Ian McKellen.
And then young Magneto is what's his face? Fassbender. I don't think he would get that stoked. So
it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
he's in every movie these days. He's in like every fucking movie that comes out.
So everyone's pulling their hair out, trying to figure out who he would be super stoked. And then it started a rumor that Al Pacino was going to show up and be Mephisto.
What if Woody Allen is Mephisto? You know, like I could say any name. I will bet a Super Bowl
Well, and
amount
there-
of money that it isn't fucking Al
And there's
Pacino.
also been like recently some stuff where Al Pacino has said, "Yeah, I would do a." That was my best Al Pacino.
Yeah, I can't
Get,
do Pacino
you
either.
can get
He's
the
tough.
governor of New York to do
What, Rudy Giuliani?
no
That's my governor.
the governor.
Oh, governor. What?
Cuomo. He could do
Mr.
probably
Mr. Pierce Nipples.
he could probably do a pretty mean Al Pacino impression, or vice versa. But anyway, let's off task.
Who the fuck would say that? I just can't even believe that that's fucking internet, man.
Yeah, in Marvel news,
Say anything. I heard the ghost of James Gandolfini is going to be Galactus too, so watch out for that. I did love this. Their classic costumes.
yeah, that was super dope.
They even did Quicksilver's classic costume, which was really cool.
Yeah,
The kid is dressed up as Quicksilver's old costume. I'm pretty sure. And it's neat seeing Vision wear this. There was an old video game, Captain America and the Avengers, where like the only time that you got to like see Vision like whoop ass in the olden days.
yeah.
But you could be the Vision and he would just smoke people, and it was like, but it was the weird like all gold costume that he had in the 90s. I liked this one the most, and I thought his the like Converse high tops with it was a really good time.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
We were laughing because he wears shorts over a thing. And we're like, what is it? Because it's Disney, they don't want to see the bulge.
And he did have like the boner shorts. What do you call those that Robin wears? You know what I mean? Like
I call them
ski-doos.
plum smugglers.
Jammer. I guess it's like swim team. It's like a jammer or a fucking Speedo. But I thought it was awesome. It's a really cool callback.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this show has gotten really good.
I feel like
you got
and
to.
another thing. Okay, check it. I guess.
I know you've been working a lot. We've had crises,
But I'm on episode 6. I guess
no power.
I think that the reason I hate it so much is because it's the kind of show that I waited all week for this. I waited all week for 4 Easter eggs and nothing to happen. If I was binging it, I could get through a couple of like, okay, nothing happened. But when you wait for a whole fucking week and you're like, all right, Vision's gonna laser eye somebody any fucking second now, and then nope. And it's like all Wanda uses her powers for is to like stir fucking cereal in the kitchen.
She's right. They're past all that now.
Oh, I used it to make a fucking soup.
In the beginning, it's painting the picture of the perfect little world that she's doing to pretend like her love of her life did not get destroyed, and that she didn't have to murder her own.
Really
her
took
own
the
dude.
long way with it, and it's like,
she's having an emotional breakdown, and she's creating this facade. It's almost a hey, look at that see-through cup, and then it starts going wrong, and things start messing up, and spoiler alert.
Do you see how quickly you just explained that to me? It didn't take 7 fucking episodes.
Yeah, but they're short episodes.
They're not. They're like a year long.
And so last episode, the spoiler alert.
Don't watch it.
It was Agatha Harkness. It was Agatha.
Yeah.
And so they even they even did a cool song that was like it was like a spoof.
It turns out it was me. I'm the main bad guy.
It was like the Munsters though. Do 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 do. Yeah. It was Agatha all along, and she's got she's awesome.
Again,
I love the actress who plays Agatha.
But I felt the same way about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where it was just like, can we
do
the
something?
Point? Can we
I'm with you on that. And like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I finally just gave up on the show.
Well, because it feels like they're underestimating your intelligence as somebody watching the show, where it's like, dude, I get it. You made this for like regular ass cable folk, but like I'm invested. I bought a specific app to watch these specific shows and movies. Do me the courtesy of acting like I know what the fuck you're talking about and get to the point. You know, it's just like it really does. It irks the shit out of me because like I understand that it's probably good. You really like it. I don't have the patience for a long-winded story about Maximov's dream world. I just don't have it. I'm trying. I swear to God, I want to know what's going on. It's just they make it so it's not digestible. It isn't. It doesn't flow. That's what I guess it's.
Dude, I'm digging it.
You get like a little chunk of something, and then they go, okay, here's a long-winded story about drones, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. Can we get back to the magical powers that we're talking about that like control reality? And they're like, no, she's gonna bake a souffle.
I like it, but I liked Wonder
like
Woman
everything.
1984. I'm
like
the guy who likes
everything.
the stuff. He's the guy that doesn't like the stuff.
And that's not, we didn't odd couple that on purpose.
No.
I genuinely don't like it. I'm not just being a heel.
Well, let's take a look at the schedule,
All right.
the slate that we got
Yeah,
coming.
when does
Like,
something good come out?
if you can't handle the Wanda,
Then get out of the vision. In your face.
hey-o. We got a bunch of good stuff coming, dude. Check this out. We got WandaVision going. We're about to have Falcon Winter
Now, see,
Soldier.
that
And we're gonna have
can't-
Loki. Loki's gonna be badass.
Right.
Loki's gonna be going around to
I know.
different times.
He's gonna
and,
get in trouble with
and
the
stuff.
time cops.
Yeah, and that might have something to do with him being a Nexus level
I'm sure.
thing. It's
And then you have Black Widow, which nobody cares.
dude, I'm excited to see Black Widow.
I'm excited for when the sun
I
comes.
love
when the
content.
sun comes up,
Dude,
Clint.
content, anything, all of these are going to be fantastic.
It's
Dude, they're going to be.
heavy-handed. I think most of these are going to be really good.
This
Shang-Chi,
isn't DC, dude.
Right.
It's all going to be good. Like I
Black
and I
Widow,
love DC.
Meh. I just don't have high hopes for it. But Shang-Chi, now that's something I
Yeah.
can get behind.
What about the
Eternals might be
Eternals?
fucking lame too, to be honest,
dude.
bro.
I don't know about the Eternals. I'm with you on that one.
Okay,
I'm
because
with
like
you on that.
Marvel's really just like, hey, who have we not made a show of? They're like, do you remember the Eternals? No. Okay, well let's look them up on Wikipedia and see if we can make a good show out of it.
But you know, if they cast it right, it'll be awesome because
It's got Kumali.
because who gave a crap about Ant-Man? You know what I mean?
I did.
You did, but like
He
you
was
also love Green Lantern.
I do. He
Yeah.
was my fave. But and I get it. I love that. I love taking a minor, but we say minor, but he is a founding member of the Avengers.
Yeah.
So it let's be real.
I mean, I know that,
I was
but
always
I'm
always on that.
I know he built Ultron.
Built Ultron, beats his wife, Pym particles. That was a real story arc of his.
Yeah.
Super sketch. In the 90s, you could get away with all kinds of stuff. Not that you could get away with beating your wife, but you could get away with
Let's get out of this
writing
room. What are
about
we
beating
doing?
your wife. And then Spider-Man 3 around Christmas time, right when they tell us that the new COVID's going to ruin our lives. It's like new Coke.
Oh boy.
Nobody likes it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, half of this slate is very exciting, and the other half is like,
Dude, we've had zilch in the last year, so it's like
we got
we've
a
had
shitty Wonder Woman movie.
yeah. Hey man, I like the Wonder
I
Woman
know
movie.
you did. You like everything. You're
Let's
the kind of guy that doesn't send the food back if they
yeah.
get it
Speaking
wrong.
of DC, we're going back. We're going into DC news now. Now the Wonder Woman again. I'm gonna say standalone movie. If you want to see a genie movie, it was good. If you want something with continuity that goes in with all the other movies,
Makes my brain hurt.
I'm not too excited about
It
that.
doesn't do anything. If I had to say Aquaman is a better movie, that means you guys fucked up. I'm sorry, y'all. And Aquaman was like leaps and bounds better. And I watched it on an airplane, and I still liked it. The whole experience. I watched Wonder Woman in the comfort of my fucking couch, and I was in like a tin can flying through the sky watching Aquaman.
Well, dude, on March 18th,
That's already like here now.
it's like right around the corner. We're gonna have the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, not sure if I'm excited about
Dude,
that
it's gonna
either.
be good. Didn't you see the trailer
I
for
saw
it?
all the stuff.
I think it's gonna be cool. I mean, Joss Whedon, he
He's canceled.
that guy's.
That's what you get, motherfucker. I don't know what he did, but that's what you get.
Oh
He
man,
re- it sucks because he was really like, I feel like he was the OG woke guy. He was like, I'm the first guy to make a TV show with a woman as the star. Everybody in my TV show isn't white. Almost none of them are white. It's like one white girl, and then everybody else is something else.
Yeah.
Whether they're green or they're a vampire. Well, I don't know if vampires count as white people. I'm sure there's somebody that would say yes, they do. But
if you're Blade,
true.
what? Well, then what?
I don't know. I want that though. I want the
Blade? Yeah, I want Blade.
Mahershala. I cannot pronounce his name, bro. He needs to just change his name to Tony or something because Mahershala.
You need to educate yourself on how
Maharaja-
to read.
It's hard enough when you're not looking at the word. It's really hard. I think I can sound it out, but when I try to say it off the dome, I keep wanting to say Maharaja, and I know that ain't right. But I am very pumped for him to be Blade.
Oh, he's gonna be awesome, dude.
That's one that I'd be like, yeah, this is good.
That was perfect casting. Perfect.
See,
casting.
that's one where it's like if I worked at Marvel, I'd be like, okay, that guy gets a raise. Whoever came up and said we should get that dude to be Blade, I'd have been like, you're getting a corner office. And then when they came, and the guy that came in and was like, what about the Eternals? I would have been like, security,
Take him to the basement.
get him out of here.
Where's my stapler?
Shoot him into space.
Take his stapler.
He sucks. Yeah. So
Just pass.
lots of stuff on that. I also I was really pumped on that. We don't know when we're gonna get
Morbius is coming to March 22. March 2022.
22.
Yeah, that's
I
what.
won't even be alive. Like
That's
I'll have already been killed by the
I've got a mind like a
Chechen grasshopper flu.
I gotta check. I gotta look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's when it was. Oh, yeah, pretty sure. I did. What was cool is with this Snyder Cut is that Harry Lennox, who is Director Cooper.
Oh yeah,
from Blacklist, and he's in
all kinds of stuff.
The Matrix, and he's in a whole bunch of stuff. He's going to be Martian Manhunter. So that's super cool.
That too.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's got the build and the his facial contouring is very similar.
He's awesome.
Because he almost looks like he's not human. You know what I mean? Like he looks like kind of alien-y as a person.
He's a really cool. He actually spoke recently in an interview about Joss Whedon. He worked on 2 seasons of a show with him, and he's like, hey, I don't know what's going on. You know,
Joss was always really nice to me.
Always really nice, and he was very careful. And it was with all the drama with Cyborg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he just was kind of he kind of was like, hey, there's 2 sides to every story. I think that these guys should just figure out how to move forward, and we should all be more forgiving and move forward, and let's just keep making movies. And he's trying to be real positive.
Don't hold your breath, Martian Manhunter. That ain't how the fucking world works anymore, bro.
Not anymore, but
we burn motherfuckers alive.
But I read this and there was some people talking about it. They're like, dude, this guy's sticking up for Joss Whedon. I was like, dude, he's just being diplomatic
and
sticking
up for Joss Whedon. He's just sticking up for the idea that people are people.
Yeah, exactly. But the guy's really cool. And the thing is,
dude, I was reading some of that crap that all the people were saying about Joss Whedon, like all the people who worked on Buffy, Charisma Carpenter, Ashley Hannigan, and all those people, and even Sarah Michelle Gellar was just threw him under the bus. And I was God damn, the guy that fucking bad. But it just sounds to me like he's kind of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And so he's the kind of guy that'll be like, nah, we're gonna shoot it again because it wasn't the right color. And you're like, well, what was the color? And then he was like, well, we wanted yellow and it was mustard. So not quite what we asked. And you're like, I could see people getting frustrated with his director style.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's some fucking whatever the fuck they say he is. Because they say he's everything. They say the guy's he's the next Harvey Weinstein.
Wow.
And you're like, okay.
It's crazy because I'd started doing some searches for some of this stuff.
And if he is, fuck him. For real,
exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
But is there any kind of vetting process for these kinds of things? It's just people's memories of things that happened 28 years ago.
It's weird.
You're going to have a bias. You know what I mean? You kind of invent. I think things happened one way all the time. And then when I go back and look, it's that isn't how it happened.
I was talking to Dustin about this the other day, and it was he was like, yeah, when they put people in those head and wrist shackles in front of the village, and
a pillory,
and everybody comes over and starts spitting, and all that. He's like, that's human nature to do that. So it's you got to wonder, and the media is going to be like, oh, there we go. There's some click.
Well, and you
there's
get
some clicks. So
you get a dopamine hit for doing that too. People don't realize that that's why cancel culture works, is because it's more so about I get off on the fact that I owned someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you've flexed some sort of superiority, and then you've had that confirmed by the masses. And so it makes you it's some weird high school approval thing. Do you remember there was always a kid in your school that would eat the milk carton because people would clap if he did it?
Yeah.
It's that, where it's you're not actually concerned with whatever the subject matter is. You're concerned with the response that you're going to get from the mob.
Right.
And that's what drives you to that's why they never let it rest. It's never oh, he came out and he gave a full-fledged apology and he donated $1 million to the charity of this guy's choice, and he's going to therapy and he's going to rehab, and the answer will be fuck him still to death. I want to fuck his corpse to death. That's what I want to do. Because that you just like
it's true. It's
you're
like,
addicted to the dopamine hit. You're not actually looking for justice.
and the thing is, if you question that, you're
Oh, I know.
you're not being sympathetic to the
Come and get me, motherfucker.
to the quote victims, and,
Oh, right.
and it's like, and I'm not even talking about this case. I'm just saying in general. So it's like, yeah, like you're not being.
But again,
so like, or is it true?
Victim is
it
a
not?
strong word when you're just like, he was mean to me on the set of that movie that he had complete and total creative control of.
Right.
Like I wanted to do something and he didn't do it. And now 28 years later, I'm saying that he abused me. That's not, and now again, if he did somehow.
If he did, F that guy,
fuck
you know?
that guy in the
Yeah.
ass, like for sure. But is that really what happened? There's no vetting process here. There's no verification. There's no court.
There's no way
no
to know.
jury.
There's
This
no
is
way.
it's like you can weaponize an opinion about somebody. Like I would be so screwed if people could say that the way that they felt about me was the undeniable truth.
It's, dude, actually, that's the wrap-up smear. There's a video that I
I've
saw
seen it.
with
Yep,
Nancy Pelosi talking
I
about
saw
that.
her
And it's
say
like,
that too.
that's the thing. You just you can create allegations,
And
and
they
then,
don't have to be true because
and then they
people's-
go research and they start saying that these things happen. Then all of a sudden it looks like, or you know, and then next thing you know, everybody thinks
well,
that,
and
you
people
know?
don't have the attention span to actually stick around for the resolution of that. They don't actually stick around to see if they were right because in the end, it doesn't matter that they were right. That was never what it was really about. It was really just about like getting jerked off by strangers.
That's crazy.
Like having your brain jerked off by strangers saying like, yeah, you're right. And that's the same reason we have people who think that their dicks are trees or whatever. Like, it's just because enough people on the internet convince that person that this stupid thing they believe is true. And
so is it true? Well, we'll never know. We'll never know.
I would love to know. I would, because like, I don't know. It doesn't, I feel like people that are like that, people that are, I don't even know what you say, undiverse, like non-inclusive, like you don't go from being extremely inclusive and like accommodating to later you're like, fuck them. Sick of black people, y'all. I'm going to stop putting them in my movies and stuff. Like that just doesn't make any fucking sense. If you're like that from like the get.
From what I understand, when he took over Justice League, he reshot 3/4 of the movie, and he
Doesn't surprise me a bit.
and he rewrote it, and I think he just didn't like the character of Cyborg, and I think he wrote him out, and
he has a valid fucking point because Cyborg is a Deus Ex Machina character,
right?
It's like Superman. Superman's already in the movie. And he's a Deus Ex Machina character on its own. But Cyborg, in this weird plot twist of the way that the DC universe has panned out over the past, like, I don't know, 15 years, he went from being like a nobody character.
Right.
No one gave a crap about Cyborg. And then, because of the things that happen with Mother Box and the things that happen with, like, the New Gods, he and the Titans popularity increasing, like the TV shows of cartoons of the Teen Titans and stuff.
Right.
They started giving him a bit more of a foreground to where now he is like, if there's a computer in the DC universe, it's hooked to Cyborg. So there's just, I don't know. He creates a lot of opportunities for you to explain away plot points.
Right.
By being like, well, wait, if this guy texted this guy, wouldn't Cyborg have known it? Because it had to go through the Cyborg operating system for the text to send, and the satellite that it bounced off of is Cyborg, and the fucking, it's just, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that that's why he decided that Cyborg sucked, but I can tell from a storytelling perspective that it creates a lot of problems.
Well,
he's also just not that interesting of a fucking character. I'm a robot man. Get real. That's so many that's every character.
When I first heard about all this stuff, and I haven't read every article about it, and I haven't, and he hasn't said very much about publicly, really. But I got my initial reaction was to think, oh, because I heard like that he got written out a lot. So I was like, he probably just got pissed that he got written out of the show, and so he's pissed. So you know what I mean, like.
And it's like, yeah, that kind of shit rolls
These guys
down.
are being mean to me. Yeah, they wrote you out of the show. It wasn't personal. It's just that they wrote you out of the movie. But
It happens.
but you know, if they were, not being inclusive and they were dicks, like then they deserve.
They get what they get.
Light them on fire.
But again, it's like who watches The Watchmen? You know what I mean? Like, not to be. That's a good pun because I think Snyder made fucking Watchmen. You're welcome. Didn't even mean to do that.
Well, dude. Speaking of the Kevin Bacon game,
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It's right. I have met Harry Lennox.
Yeah.
And that dude, I read this thing, and some of the other YouTube channels were talking about like, dude, this guy's gonna get lit on fire for sticking up for Joss Whedon, and I was like, dude,
and that's like, see, even that's. He didn't stick up for him. He considered the possibility that what you said might not be true.
He would just
like
be
a regular person.
Yes, he's being diplomatic like a regular person. They're like, hey, like we're just been doing. Like, who knows what happened?
I don't. And like I said, if the outcome is negative, then fuck him.
And he pretty much said, I don't want to discount this guy's feelings, and I also have worked with this guy and never seen anything unprofessional. I don't know what the deal is, but I would hope that we could all move forward and be positive and communicate.
Yeah, that's a big
communicate and move forward. And so, but I can tell you,
I hope I win the fucking lottery.
I can tell you, I
hope a lot of stuff.
I spent the day on the set of House with this guy. I was in an episode of House back in 2002 with this guy, and I had a great time talking to that guy. He was very, very nice. I've met a lot of people, and that guy was nothing but a class act. And super cool, and I've enjoyed him on everything I've seen him in since. Like because the guy's just a nice guy, and if you watch Blacklist, Director Cooper is just a good guy. That's who he is. He's a solid dude. So I'm gonna I took a lot of time to basically pitch down the voices a few cents and flip the screen so that YouTube won't tag this as a copyright infringement. So this is me and Brandy and Harry Lennox.
I called her Moesha. Oh, she is Moesha. Right?
Look at there, it's Clint Baker. That's me.
That's you.
That's Brandy.
You've heard this guy play, and you know what he does.
Is Moesha a different girl?
That's her. That's Brandy.
But she was on the show Moesha.
Yeah.
Moesha's not a real person. Right. I called her.
There he is, Harry Lennox. Look. It's
him.
Martian Manhunter. That's right. That was me. Yeah. So speaking of DC, Aquaman cartoon. Let's talk about that.
Oh God!
Hey, don't be yawning.
Sorry.
Just because it's
4 in the morning.
Yeah,
for no
1:17.
Aquaman's finally. They're finally. we're at the. We've reached the event horizon.
Yes.
We're gonna finally stop trying to take Aquaman seriously and just give him a fucking cartoon like we always should have done. So it looks like it's the kind of art style from like Adventure Time, regular show, all those like adult, non-adult cartoons. I'm sure it'll have action and stuff. It'll be cool, but it's going to be funny. It looks kind of like Gravity Falls. I think this one's going to be the hitter. I genuinely do. I think that this is one of those things where like, dude, Aquaman being a joke is almost like a trope at this point, where it's like, we all know, even he knows that we don't take him seriously. And the last one with the Jason Momoa, it was just like, it felt like the like death rattle of trying to make Aquaman a cool, serious character. Because it was like, he's a big, buff, macho, axe throwing, beer drinking. It's like, dude, motherfucker talks to fish, okay? Like, yes, it actually is a really great power. Like, he's the king of Atlantis. I totally get it. He'll zap you with a trident made out of electricity. I get it. But I'm 32 years old, and Aquaman has been a running gag for my whole life. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Aquaman summons a can of sardines because he is of no use to this mission. He uses his telepathy to make a tuna fish sandwich while taking a dump. Yeah, it's just, so I think I think this will be the hitter for them.
If they make fun of themselves, it'll be great.
That's it.
Like, that's
the like hilarious recipe of this show is that that's all they have to do. It doesn't even have to be very good. If you just jab at yourself as Aquaman all day.
Hold on, let me talk to a dolphin real quick.
Right. You're going to have a hit on your hands. Like 100%. Like if he gets caught in a net.
Yeah.
Like, it's, just a million jokes. So I think that'll be a banger.
Cool. And we got Blue Beetle coming?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're apparently doing a Blue Beetle movie, which is weird to start with. I don't know. This isn't my Blue Beetle. My Blue Beetle it has been and will always be Ted Cord for life.gov. But this is about Jamie Reyes. He's the third Blue Beetle. He's the only one who's ever actually unlocked the powers of the Scarab. And so he has it's like alien technology that can like change into basically a million different things.
Cool.
He's Mexican too, I think. He's from like El Paso or something. And it's a big deal that he's a Mexican or Hispanic character, I guess. The other two was like old crusty white guys. So I feel like they had to spice it up, but no pun intended. But but they're making I really didn't mean to do that, but yeah, they've greenlit a movie for Blue Beetle, which is again, I guess, I feel like Marvel has some obscure characters. DC has some really obscure characters like Forbush Man and Matter Eater Lad and just like the dumbest shit. So like, I think all the brakes are off of this motherfucking train, and like you're just gonna start seeing movies and TV shows about stuff that nobody cares about. I like Blue Beetle, and I don't care about this. I will watch it. I will watch it, and just to see what happens. But if you're asking me if I think it's gonna be good, then no. The answer is no. No, it won't.
My buddy Natchet, shout out to Natchet if you're watching. He's always talking trash about DC. He's like, dude,
DC has better books.
He was like, dude, they got like Can Opener Man and like Fart Spray Man and just like Whoopee Cushion Man, like and I'm like, so
they even have a division of oh no, that's the Avengers. I'm sorry.
He's like the Trickster. What the hell is a Trickster? They already got the Joker.
There's the Justice League Detroit that is like all of the like B class, like Q class characters, and that's where like you get like Squirrel Girl and stuff. Oh no, that's Marvel, isn't it? I fucked that up. Yeah, 'cause she fights Doctor Doom.
It's like all Juggalos.
No, it's all silly characters. Like I think there's like a flat guy who can like become flat, and that's his power, and like another guy, it's like just fat, and that's his power. He's like super fat, so he can like do fat powers. I don't know. DC's got better comic books. I will attest that till the day I die. If you were gonna sit and read 100 issues of one book from Marvel and 100 issues of another book from DC, you would feel like a more complete novel experience from the DC.
From the
books.
DC stuff, yeah.
Marvel's really good on a one shot, like, and they're really good at like making cool characters. But like, if you were talking about like a comprehensive storyline,
right,
for the entire run of a series, DC's got them in spades. But that just doesn't translate to TV or movies. I guess it kind of does, because you got Arrow, you got even fucking bullshit Legends of Tomorrow got 4 or 5 seasons, and I
think they got like 7 seasons.
Yeah, I like
crazy.
all those characters too, and I wouldn't have given them 7 seasons. Like I love fucking
Batwoman's not translating.
Yeah, that's not. They're still doing that,
or is it Batgirl?
Batwoman.
Yeah, they're still in the with the new.
They're still doing it.
There's
I thought it tanked.
It did tank super hard, and like everybody makes fun of it.
Like,
but
nobody knows about Captain Cold or Firestorm or the Atom, Rip Hunter. Like that's stuff that like you got to be kind of a heady comic book guy to like care about. If that show got 5 seasons, then that just proves my point. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or people really like that CW like making out TV show.
I feel like they should do a better Birds of Prey show.
I'm sure that'll get a reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can like say fuck on TV now. Back then it was like you couldn't show half a boob on the CW when they first put out the Birds of Prey show in like 2004. And now you can do all kinds of crazy shit. So
well, let's see what's going on. What are we at? Whew, we're almost at an hour, so we're gonna let's jump into Star Wars real quick. We'll talk real quick about.
I don't think we can talk very quick about that, but let's go.
We'll go quick. We don't have to go deep. Like all the other.
I guess everybody else is going.
Everybody's talking about Gina Carano right now.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to because we've had Snow Apocalypse 2021. So we'll jump into this. Boom! Star Wars news.
My Star Wars.
Yeah.
Chip. It's an older chip.
Dude, do I gotta take that toy away from you?
You can never take it away from me. It's too fun. Gina Carano fired.
Gina Carano. Hey guys, in case you didn't notice, Gina Carano got fired
For anti-Semitic remarks, quote unquote. And then later that week, she was on the probably most famous Jewish talk show host that exists TV show.
Daily Wire.
To explain that isn't what happened. And he gave her basically a full Hebrew pass on everything that she said.
So
Disney is facing all kinds of crazy backlash from this, obviously.
yeah,
Apparently Favreau's real pissed about it. Kathleen Kennedy should fucking, I don't know. She should be, I can't say anything. But
I mean, you can say what you want.
I can't say
sucks.
she should be because that's what I think. But you can't.
That's not nice.
You can't
She-
openly call for a woman to.
Yeah, that's
unless
hate
it's-
speech.
Who knows? I don't have to clarify.
Hey, we got a.
It's probably not the best time to get a comment. I'm sure this guy's telling us we're canceled. Hey, man.
Chiquis para la banda.
Cool. All right.
All right.
We'll see you on the other side, my dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
So this is stupid.
It's been and I'm sure if you're watching our
You
stuff,
already heard about
you already
this, yeah.
you already watch Popcorn Planet. You
Oh,
already
yeah.
watch all the other guys.
Shout out to the Popcorn Planet.
Quartering and all the other dudes. Yellow Flash 2, all those guys. Everybody talks about all this stuff, but basically the fans are going crazy. They are destroying Lucasfilm.
They also completely proved her fucking point by firing
Yeah, totally.
her over this. Like, her point was that people who think differently are often othered into being bullied, like, essentially, because it's like, oh, bullying isn't, it's like prison rape. It's not a nice thing. Rape is rape, right? But it's still funny to some people when you say it like, oh, this guy's a bad person. I hope he gets raped in prison. That like disqualifies the fact, like if this person's a bad person, then it doesn't matter that this bad thing happens to them.
Yeah.
And that's the very same concept that happened here, where it was like she was saying that I read her texts and or her posts, and it was not worth getting fired over. I've seen. This was not Roseanne saying that a member of Congress looked like somebody from the Planet of the fucking Apes. That's a whole nother can of worms where you like offended a person and like there was action taken against you. This was like theoretical offense. And she's fired for it. And that sucks.
Yeah,
and they're
it does
not
suck.
reviving the character. They're not
No.
recasting. They're just going to wipe her from the show. And it sucks because she's a really great character and she's a really great actress. Ustedes son geniales.
Oh,
What does that mean?
I'm gonna.
Something to do with sons? Genial? I don't know what
Let's see.
genealogy.
I'm Mexican. My English not very good. Ustedes son
Geniales.
geniales. I don't know that word. Gracias, amigo.
Cantado.
Gracias por mirando esta película. My Spanish is not the best, but
how do you say like? Me gusta? Don't forget to me gusta this post.
yeah.
Subscribo. Probably fucking
Toque the button.
yeah.
I'm half Mexican, but my Spanish kind of sucks.
Yeah, I speak restaurant Spanish.
Yeah.
So
What
else
yeah.
we got?
Well, let's see, man.
Anyway, it's stupid. Stupid Gina Carano got fired. And what I really hope the outcome of this is.
Oh, he said chichis para la banda. That means tits
She
for
has big titties?
tits for the band.
Oh, cool.
And I think that's like a a
Yeah.
high five. I get it,
Okay.
man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Gracias. Muchísimos gracias.
Yeah, don't forget to smash that titty button.
Yeah.
But
Whoa.
what I really hope happens is that Gina Carano's fired. Disney they just can't rope it in without her, and they have to just eat shit and beg her to come back. That would be the best. I would just nom 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 nom. I would eat
Dude,
that up.
the thing for me, it's like, dude, I don't want politics with my Star Wars. So it's like, I'm like, that's where I go to
I
get
don't
away.
want politics with my fucking anything.
Me neither. That's where I go to get away from everything.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
and they've ruined that
and
too.
when you sucked politics into my Star Wars, that really pisses me off. And I gave this example in a solo video that I did, and I don't know if you watched it or not, but I was talking to this little kid. He's like 6-year-old kid, and he's like, and I heard him say,
You got to be careful about talking to 6-year-old kids on the internet. I'm just gonna say
this was in a restaurant, and I overheard this kid,
Okay.
kid talking to his dad, and they said something. They said, I heard him say Palpatine, and I go,
Oh.
and I stopped and go, hey, little buddy, did you just say Palpatine? And he's like, yeah, and I go, oh, you like Star Wars? He's like, yeah. I was like, me too, man. Who's your favorite? And we started talking and about different characters, and it was awesome, you know. And then and I said, do you like Cara Dune? And he's like, Cara Dune's kick ass or kick butt. She could beat up anybody. It was like a little 6, 7,
and now that
7-year-old
little
kid.
kid doesn't get that character anymore.
Yeah, and he does not care about any of this
No.
crap.
And by the time he's old enough to care about that kind of stuff, this won't matter.
yeah,
We
and,
won't be in that same world anymore.
and when I was that kid's age, I had a gajillion Star Wars action figures.
Me too.
I used to listen to a little 7-inch thing where I turned the page when it rang the bell, and I loved Star Wars so much, and that kid was so stoked talking to his dad about Star Wars, and now he doesn't get the freaking character that he loves because of this stupid politics. And
Right.
it's like so dumb. It really gets me fired up.
And they act like they do that kind of shit for the next generation. Like, we're building a better world, and we're holier than thou, and we know better than you. And it's like, fuck off.
Dude, they're hearing it now because the internet is pissed and
It's fucked up, bro. Because when I was a kid, it was the Christians that were like, you can't do this, and you can't say this, and you can't yada yada. And now in this like bizarro world that we live in, you've got the Christians screaming about free speech, and then you have like crazy oppressive like morality police from the left or from I don't know whatever, up, down, back, forward, left, right, start, fucking, you know,
BA select.
it's crazy to me that we have this like we have essentially an inquisition,
It is.
and no one suspects the Spanish Inquisition. But that's what it is. Where these people who have just declared that they're better than you. That's it. An open declaration that I'm better than you gives me the right to ruin your life.
And you know, really, it's not that many people. It's like
Half of them
like
are
a
fucking
few
bots. It's not even real people.
It's a few people.
One day we're gonna die. There'll be no more humans left, and all the bots will still be posting on your page saying you're racist.
Bill Burr, who I wanted to be in the Rangers of the New Republic, I want him to be the guy who gets beat up by the 4 badass chicks.
Yeah.
You know, like, you girls are killing me, and then all of a sudden he gets a stiff shoulder from Gina Carano and falls off the ramp or whatever.
Yep.
But he talked about that too. They were talking about his SNL thing, and we talked about it one day. But yeah, he's like, but I saw this interview, and he's like, those people aren't even real.
No.
And he's like, they don't matter. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Anyway, but so yeah, Pedro Pascal, people are worried about him because he's got this new Netflix show. What is it, The Last of Us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's
phoning it in. It's not even a big deal.
That's supposed to be his priority project. Guys, he's just doing voiceover. He's got plenty of time. He's not the guy in the suit, so he could just show up in a week and do that. We talked about that the other day. But yeah, let's start winding it down, man. I'm looking at the clock. We hit an hour. We can get out of here. We showed up.
See ya.
We promised. We promised we'd show up. We're here.
Well,
and
you promised I'd show up.
I promised. Exactly. And we're going to be hitting.
But I'm here.
We're going to be hitting a more regular schedule.
Yeah.
And so far it's been Tuesday, every Tuesday. So we'll be doing.
Probably not going to be Tuesday.
If it's, we might have to.
Maybe it will if we get the in-home thing set up like we got. Yeah. We got some stuff in the works, guys. Don't worry.
They might not all be this long, but
they'll be fine. We can explain it in the next video.
Yeah.
We got all the time in the world.
What he's trying to say is, I'm ready to go.
I'm tired.
So guys, real quick,
don't forget,
like, share, subscribe,
share, like.
Yes.
Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. Drink lots of water.
Yes, and make sure you wipe from front to back so you don't get pink eye. You don't want to get pink eye.
Eat your green veggies.
Yeah, and comment on this video.
Yeah,
if there's something you want to talk about next week, let us know, we will talk about it.
Shout out to the dude from Mexico.
Yes, sir.
Viva la Mexico, mi amigo. And that's it for us. Where's that motherfucking outro music?
Yo soy real también, amigo.
Boom, boom,
bye.
boom.
Boom.
Thank you.
The Black Shirt Podcast.
Good night, America, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Woohoo!
Nailed it.
Nailed it.